he could smell the flesh from his back burning. He could hear the flesh from his back burning. This is what the mushrikeen would do to the Sahaba. And despite all these harsh conditions, these unimaginable circumstances, he did not even, these Sahaba radiallahu an, one of the greatest qualities of them is that their adherence to this deen, that they did not even budge 1 inch, despite all this happening around them. And they showed extreme patience, something that we can learn from. This week, inshallah, I wanted to mention one of the stories of a positive story, something that one of the Sahaba radiallahu an, them entering into Islam. We know there's many famous stories of Umar radiallahu an when he entered Islam. There's Salman al-Farisi radiallahu an when he entered Islam. The story I want to mention today was Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu an. And he was from the tribe of Ghifar, and they were known to be wild. They were known to be people who would raid others. Anytime someone would pass by them, they would attack those people. They didn't follow the customs. They didn't follow the practices of the people. This tribe of Ghifar. In that time, there was 4 months during which everyone agreed that there was no fighting to take place. It was not allowed to fight during these 4 months. And this tribe of Ghifar, they had no honor for this. Even in these 4 months, they would attack everyone. Now Abu Dharr radiallahu an, at this time, he already had developed a dislike for idol worship in his heart. It just naturally came to him that he didn't like his people worshiping idols. He didn't like the way his people were acting. And what he did, because of this, he couldn't stand to be around them anymore. So he removed himself from the situation. He left. And later on, his brother came to him and he said, I just came back from Mecca. And over there, I heard of a man who was, claiming to be a prophet. And he was preaching that there's only one worthy of worship, and that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu, he asked his brother that, what does he teach? What does he preach? So his brother told him some of the teachings of Islam. But Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu, he said, I want to verify this myself. I want to go check myself. I'm going to go to Mecca. And this is a beautiful lesson that we can learn ourselves from this point right here. That what we do, whatever we hear on WhatsApp, we start talking about it. Whatever we hear from other people, we don't even verify anything. Whatever comes in our ear, it goes out our mouth. So we have to verify what we hear. This is a beautiful lesson from Abu Dharr radiallahu anhu. So he went to Mecca. And when he went to Mecca, he went and he announced to the people that who can take me to Muhammad, who can take me to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So when the people heard this, they didn't even know who he was. So they immediately thought, he was just one of the poor people that nobody cares about. So they started attacking him. They started beating him up. He became so bloody. He became so red. So he went to the well of Zamzam, and he washed himself. He drank some water. And according to Imam Ahmad, that he stayed there for 30 days, just waiting to meet Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He stayed there in that same spot, just waiting. He would just drink Zamzam every day, and he was just waiting to find the truth, to hear the truth from Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So one day he's there waiting, and he sees 2 women. They're worshiping an idol. So because he had that severe dislike for idol worship, he made fun of that idol. He made fun of those people, and they didn't take it the right way. They took it to I don't know what they were very upset when they heard that. So they ran out. They ran out. They started screaming. These 2 women. They ran to the streets, and they ran into none other than Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr radiallahu an. And then Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked them what happened. What happened? And they said, "There's a heretic. There's a crazy man in there. He's insulting our idols." So then Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr radiallahu an, they went to find this man, and it was Abu Dharr radiallahu an. So then they met him. They talked to him, and he ended up accepting Islam. So then Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised him that keep your iman secret, because at that time, the Quraysh had all the power. The Muslims were very weak at the time in the early stages of Islam. So he advised him to keep his iman secret in order to protect him, because he was a foreigner. And Abu Dharr radiallahu anh, he's not like that. He had a lot of courage. He had a lot of honor that he wanted to display for Islam. So he went in the street the next day, and he started yelling out the shahada, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu wa ashhadu anna muhammadan rasulullah. And the people, they didn't know him, so they started beating him up. They beat him so he thought he was going to die. They started attacking him so much until he thought he was going to die. And then Abbas radiallahu anh, the uncle of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he passes by him, and he tells the people that, do you know who this man is? Do you know where he's from? He's from the tribe of Ghifar. And the people, they become scared. They run away because they know the tribe of Ghifar, they're crazy. They attack everyone. So if you kill a member of the tribe of Ghifar, they're going to attack you. They're going to bring their whole army and kill you. So then the people stopped. Next day, again, Abu Dharr goes and he announces his Islam again. He gets beat up by a new group of people. Abbas radiallahu anh, again, he comes and tells him he's from the tribe of Ghifar. They're going to take revenge against you if you hurt this man. So they stop again. And then it happens again the third day. Eventually, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tells him that, okay, go back to your people. You need to go back to your people and start teaching Islam to them. So he went back to his people. And later on, many years later, when they were in Medina, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba, they were sitting and they saw a large cloud, a dust cloud approaching Medina. They thought it was, they thought it was a cloud. As it came closer, they saw that there was many men walking towards them. So they thought it was an army. So they started to get their shields and their swords because they wanted to attack. They wanted to defend themselves. But Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, that is Abu Dharr. And when they came closer, it turned out to be that it was Abu Dharr radiallahu anh, and with his whole tribe. He converted his whole tribe to Islam. And he brought the whole tribe with him to Medina. So there's many, many, many lessons that we can take from this. First of all, like I mentioned before, verifying the truth. We don't just narrate whatever we hear. And then besides that, look at the time that Abu Dharr radiallahu anh spent with Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. It wasn't a lot of time. It was very short amount of time. But whatever he took, the little amount of knowledge that he had of Islam, and he spread it. He didn't think that, I have no knowledge. I don't know anything about Islam. I can't talk to the people. Whatever little amount of knowledge that he had, and he knew it was correct, he spread it to the people. And because of this, look, the whole tribe became, Muslim. The whole tribe accepted Islam. So we learned, لا تحقرن من المعروف شيئا. A beautiful statement that do not belittle anything of good, even if it is just a little bit. Don't look down on any little amount of good. And then another lesson is that Abu Dharr radiallahu anh, look at where he comes from. Look at that tribe that he came from, how wild they were, how reckless they were. And the lesson we take is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides whoever He wants, however He wants, despite whatever who we think may be worthy of it. We never know where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's guidance is going to come from. We just make the best effort that we can. Abu Dharr radiallahu anh, before he even accepted Islam, he started making that effort. He started disliking idol worship. He started staying away from people who didn't follow rules. He had that true ikhlas in his heart, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him hidayah because of that. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to continue doing good deeds until we are entered into His mercy. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Inshallah, the salawat will take place after the remaining sunnah. Jazakallah.
Inshallah, we'll begin the salawat soon. All brothers and sisters are requested to come forward. Please be mindful of those that are still in their salah.